Hey everyone, welcome back to class and welcome to today's flow, which is going to be a gorgeous flow working all around the body. So we're doing a nice full body class. Grab hold of a couple of blocks and when you're ready, we're going to get started lying down on our backs. So making your way all the way down to lying. Once you're there, you can lengthen your legs out nice and long. And you can bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your chest, closing down your eyes softly if this feels right for you today. And just starting by taking a nice full breath in. And a full breath out. And again, full breath in. And full breath out. Really allowing those shoulders to soften for a moment and just taking a couple of your own breaths here. And then we're going to get straight into our movement. In your own time, you can start to blink open your eyes, and I want you to reach your arms above your head. Take a nice long deep stretch, pointing your toes, stretching your fingers away. Big stretch, and then as you exhale, you can relax and soften the arms down by your sides, sliding both soles of the feet to the mat. We're just going to do a bit of core connection to start off our practice today. Resting your hands just gently to your thighs. And I just want you to take in a moment to notice the natural curves in the body and how some areas of the body aren't connected to the mat. And just take a moment to notice where those areas are. Good. Then I want you to rest those hands just to your lower thighs. Take a nice full inhale in. And as you exhale, press your lower back down towards the mat. And at the same time, think about knitting those hip bones towards one another and the ribs come in and down. So you should start to feel that deep core connection and then relax. Good, let's do that again. Take a nice big inhale in. Exhale, pressing down into the mat, the lower back. Take that deep core connection. You probably feel those glutes start to engage a bit as well. And then relax. Good. Twice more. Inhale in. Exhale, press down into the mat. Knit those ribs in and down and think about those hip bones coming inwards. And relax. Last one, inhale in. Exhale, engage, drawing that lower back down into the mat. And soften to relax. Roll yourself onto the side of your body, push yourself up to seated, using those hands to help you. Coming to that comfortable seated position. Resting the hands to the knees, the thighs, sitting up tall, taking a full inhale in. And as you exhale, we're going to lower the chin down to the chest, relaxing that head nice and heavy for a moment. And then we're going to roll the neck to the left shoulder. Lower chin to chest and roll to the right shoulder. So just keep rolling the neck. Shoulder to shoulder here, and if you want to take it a little bit deeper, then as you go to the left, you can reach the right fingertips down. Take a moment there, and then as you go to the right, you can stretch those left fingertips down. Just take a moment there. Just do a couple more on each side. Good, make this your last one. Chin lowers to chest. Bring your head up through center. Inhale, swoop your arms nice and tall, stretch the fingers up. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Good, and again, inhale, swooping up tall, stretch the fingers up. Exhale, hands to prayer, heart center. Last one, inhale, stretching up nice and tall. Find that energy, exhale, heart center. Bring yourself to an all fours tabletop position on your mat. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread those fingers nice and wide. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, getting straight into those cat-cow movements. Exhale, chin to chest, press through the hands. Keep rolling through these at your own pace. Now, we can be more creative here and start to find a bit more movement if you want to. So at the same time as doing your cat-cow movements, you can start to rock yourself back and forth. Just so then you can start to stretch into your toes and work into your wrists at the same time. You could even start to make some nice big circles, and again, this is going to work into your wrists as well. And then even if it feels good, you could turn one hand around to face towards you, take another cat-cow. And then switch it up, turn the other hand around to face towards you. Take another cat-cow. So there's lots of options. Just keep on moving through any of those movements that feel good for you today. Good, then making this your last cat or cow movement, bring yourself to neutral and then come to child's pose, resting the forehead down to the mat. Stretching those fingertips forwards here. Let's just keep it nice and active. So keep on lifting up through those forearms, reaching those fingertips forwards, taking a full breath here. Making your way back up to all fours. And then you're going to step your right foot back behind you, landing it on its ball. And then slowly lift that right leg up into the air behind you, pressing your heel away. And then see if you can start to reach that left arm forwards in front of you. So really finding that midline engagement, drawing your navel in, finding that connection. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to bend into the knee and the elbow, sending them out the sides. Good. Reaching back out long. Inhale. Exhale, bending. 2 more. Inhale, reaching out long. Take your time. Just working through those movements. Making this your last one. Good, then reaching them back out, you're going to lower that left hand down to the mat, lower those back toes down all the way behind you. Flick that left foot out behind as you come into a modified side plank, facing the right hand side. Reaching that right arm tall, take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, stretch that right arm overhead, lifting up through the side of your body, maybe even starting to turn the chest towards the ceiling to open it a little bit more. And then guide your right foot all the way towards the top of the mat, nice and wide. You can even use that right hand to help it there if you want to. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, coming into your lizard. So you might want to heel toe that right foot out a little bit wider. Hands can be to your blocks here if you want a little bit more support. And if you want to take it a bit deeper, feel free to lower down to those forearms. Breathing here, just taking another full breath, then we're going to keep it moving. Well done, making your way back up to your hands, sliding yourself back to all fours, and we'll swap sides. Step left toes back behind you. Right arm stretches forwards, picking that left leg up into the air, finding that midline engagement. Inhale, and then exhale, bend, elbow and knee out to the side. Inhale, reaching long, super tricky. Exhale, bend. 2 more at your own pace, take your time. Takes a lot of focus, try and keep that jaw nice and relaxed. Making this your last one. Reaching out nice and long. We're going to lower that right hand down, left toes lower back down, pivot that right foot out behind you as you open up into that modified side plank again. Take a nice full inhale, pressing through that right hand, and as you exhale you can stretch your arm overhead. Again, maybe starting to lift the chest towards the ceiling, taking it a little bit deeper. And then inhale, we're going to guide that back foot all the way to the top of the mat again, keeping it nice and wide. Hands come underneath the shoulders or to your blocks. Coming back into your lizard on the other side. Just holding here for a few breaths. Again, not here for long. Going to keep flowing through those movements, building a little bit more heat in the body. And then making your way back up to your hands, taking yourselves back to your all fours tabletop position. And tucking your toes, come to that downward facing dog. So pressing through the hands, sending those hips up and back, and going straight into pedaling those legs, wiggling the hips side to side. Starting to find some stillness here. Keep on rooting through the hands, finding lots of length in the spine. I want you to send that right hand back towards your left ankle or calf, whatever's accessible to you. Taking that gaze underneath your left shoulder, coming into a twist. Keep rooting through your left hand as you reach out back to your downward facing dog. Let's swap sides. Send that left hand back, catching the opposite ankle or calf, gazing underneath the armpits. And then reaching back out long, downward facing dog. Full breath here. Walking your hands back towards your feet. We're going to dangle over the legs in our Uttanasana, hands to elbows or relax arms heavy to the ground. Taking a soft sway if it feels nice. Maybe you want to stay still, maybe you want to bob the knees up and down. Relaxing your neck and your jaw. Shoulders are heavy. Good. When you're ready, you're going to walk yourself back out to a high plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, squeeze those inner thighs together, dropping through the hips. And then walking back to the back of your mat, dangling over your legs again. Good, we'll do that twice more, walking back out to a high plank. Squeezing those inner thighs, dropping the hips. Nice strong midline, and then hips up and back. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. Last one, walking out to high plank. Really good for building that strength in the arms. And then walking back, dangling over the legs. Good, perfect. This time you're going to walk yourself back out to a high plank and lower yourself all the way down to your mat. So you can either use those knees to help you or not. Lowering yourself all the way down with control. Inhale, coming to your cobra, hug the elbows in, lifting the chest. Squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, lowering back down nice and slowly. Make a pillow for your forehead to rest on. Bringing that forehead down to your hands and just take a little wiggle with your hips here, side to side. Wiggling it out. Then finding some stillness, you're going to shuffle those legs together, squeezing the inner thighs, pointing your toes. You're going to start to lift that right leg up. Think about reaching those right toes away from you more than how high you can lift it. And then lower the right foot down, left foot up. Good, really squeezing those glutes, pointing the toes, reaching them away. Left foot lowers down, right foot up. Right foot down, left foot up. Good, doing 2 more on each side at your own pace. Just really starting to wake up those lower back muscles. Good, making this your last one. Lowering your foot down to the mat, making your way back to all fours, and then come to a child's pose, keeping the knees together on this one. So softening the head down, just stretching the back out the other way. Lifting your head, coming back to all fours, and as you exhale, take a downward facing dog, sending the hips up and back. Big breath here. Shuffle your feet together. Inhale, right leg swoops high into the air. Exhale, stepping right foot between the hands, help it there if you need to. Keep your back foot on its ball, just step it out slightly so you've got that nice wide stance. We're going to rise up to a crescent lunge, just swooping those arms nice and tall. Keeping a bend in that front knee. Squeeze the inner thighs, inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lean your chest forward, swoop your arms back behind you, leaning into that arrow, reaching forwards with your crown. We're going to start to shift the weight to that front right leg. Left leg comes into the air, coming into your warrior 3. If you want to bring those fingertips down to your blocks here, then you can. Pressing that back heel away from you. Good. We're going to rise to standing, but keep that left leg lengthened nice and long. So we don't need to bend into it. Just start to lift up through your chest, maybe a soft bend into the right knee. Left leg stays nice and long. You're just going to hover it off the ground. Good. Keep that balance. Root down through the right foot. Come back to your warrior 3. So kick that left leg back into the air. Maybe fingertips to the blocks. Maybe they're swinging back by your sides. And then rise back to standing. This time you can land that left foot down to the mat. Inhale, reach those arms nice and tall. And exhale, folding over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Lowering down to the mat. Either use those knees to help you or not. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, I'll see you in downward facing dog. Good, let's start to work through the other side. So feet come to touch. Inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, stepping left foot between the hands. Make sure you've got that nice wide stance before you rise up to your crescent lunge, bending into that front knee. Good, don't worry if you need to use the wall here to help you with your balance a bit. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to lean the chest forward, swooping those arms back, coming into that arrow, holding it there. Then we're going to start to send that weight to that front left leg. Maybe your fingertips come to your blocks, maybe they're swooping back by your sides, coming into that warrior 3. Press your back right heel away from you. Good. Take a soft bend into that left knee. Keep the length in the right leg as you rise to standing. We're going to hover that right foot up off the mat. Nice, slow, controlled movements. And then we're going to kick that right leg back, lean the chest forwards, come back to warrior 3. Well done. Keep on breathing. Rise back to standing. This time you can land that right foot down. And inhale, swoop the arms nice and tall. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Good. When you're ready, you can relax your arms down by your sides. Have yourself standing hips width in distance. We're going to start to send the weight to our right foot. And draw your left knee into your chest. So find a gazing point if you want to, something that's not going to move, just to help you with that balance. Then we're going to cross that left ankle over your right thigh. So we're coming into our figure of 4. Hands come to prayer at your heart center. Start to bend into that standing leg knee as you sit down into your chair. You might be happy here. You might want to take it a bit deeper, bringing those fingertips down to the ground or your blocks. Giving you a bit of a deeper stretch. Keep pressing the ankle actively towards the thigh, sending that left knee away. Should feel really good in your outer hip, your glutes. Hold it there. And then slowly rise back to standing, unhooking the legs. Give that right leg a little shake. And then we'll swap sides. In your own time, sending the weight to the left foot. Right knee hugs into the chest. Take a moment. Then when you feel ready, you can cross that right ankle over your left thigh. Start to sit down into your chair. Pressing the ankle into the thigh. Sending those hips back. Maybe the fingertips are to the ground, maybe they're to your blocks. Maybe you're happy where you are. One more breath. And then slowly rising back to standing, unhooking your legs, coming to a chair pose at the top of your mat, so bending the knees, reaching the arms forwards, taking an inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly make your way to seated on your mat. Using those hands to help you, just shuffle yourself into place, bringing the soles of the feet to the touch, knees knocking out wide to the sides. If you want a bit of support under your knees here, then you can grab hold of your blocks and just slide them underneath the knees there. Resting your hands to your shins or your ankles, your feet, sitting up nice and tall in this nice wide diamond shape. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, you can soften yourself forwards into your Baddha Konasana. If it helps to close the eyes here, then you can, just taking a nice full inhale, and then with your exhales, maybe seeing if you can allow yourself to relax a little further, to release a little bit more. Wonderful. As you inhale, make your way back up to seated, coming to a comfortable cross-leg seated position. Inhale, reaching your arms nice and tall. As you exhale, twist towards the left-hand side, one hand to the knee, one hand behind. Taking that gaze slightly over your shoulder. Keep on finding more length in the spine. And then exhale, release back to center. Inhale, reaching the arms tall. Exhale, twisting towards right hand side. Just swapping the sides of your twist now. Good. Exhale, release, come back to center. Take an inhale, reach the arms nice and tall. Exhale, hands to prayer, your heart center. Thank you so much for joining and practicing with me today. I'll see you again soon.